What's up, guys? How's it going? Chris Marks here, aka Jake Peary, doing the Useless Threads podcast. Glad to have you with me. We're on episode 8. Got my buddy Jordan Rendon in here. He is freaking awesome. I always say shit like that, but he is. Let's just freaking face it. Sitting in the studio right now. Man, it's fucking hot in here. I was playing some guitar just a second ago. Something's weird with my tone. I don't know what it is. Either way, I was just like, maybe I'll play a little guitar for the beginning, but there's something wrong with the tone. We'll save it for after the Bucket of Beers episode. When we get past episode 10, man, we're going to be throwing all sorts of stuff at you. I got sound bites. I got, freaking music in the middle of the thing. We're going to throw in a little random Lacey segment that's just really close. And you might not want to hear about my dog. As Jordan says, he's like, I don't know if people want to hear about your dog. Guess what? You're going to hear about my dog because she's the best puppy in the world. And that's it. If you see me on Instagram, it's probably all dog pictures, and you're going to deal with it. Jordan was like, man, you shouldn't be doing just dog pictures. That's just like your normal Instagram account. I was like, well, that's me, UT Chris Marks. Man, Chris Marks is the same as Jake Peary over here. It's just an alias. I'm still the same person. That's how I'm doing it the whole time. Anyways, we're still killing it. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do, man. That's how I'm gonna do it. And shout out to Jordan Rendon, who's gonna be listening to this because he just came out and he was like, I'm gonna do the show, man. And he's gonna be listening to this and he's be like, man, that dude just said that I told him not to do this. Well, guess what? You did tell me not to do this, but I love you. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick all pictures of Lacey, and I'm going to tag you in every single one of them. You hear me right now. You do. I'm going to tag you in every single one of them, and you deal with it. You deal with it. Love you. It's his birthday when this comes out. When this comes out tomorrow morning, it's his birthday. Everybody attack him and wish him a happy birthday. Find him. I don't know how. I'm not going to give you his stuff, but you should attack him and find him and wish him a happy birthday. And just attack him. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm sicking people on you, Jordan, so you'll be attacked. Non-violently, but with sex. Speaking of which, this episode gets down into the nitty-gritty, man. We talking all dirty, full frontal, man. This episode can be described in 4 words, and I'm going to in the description. This episode can be described in 4 words, and that is sex, sex, sex. Actually, that's all one word. Sex, sex, sex. Yeah. So add that in. That's one word. Sex, sex, sex. One word. Shit, YouTube, and love. Literally, that's it. That's how this show went, and it is a great episode. You're going to laugh your ass off, and hey, man, if you can top anything we say, if you have some stuff that you want to add into the conversation, leave it in the comments section. Do it, man. Go and say, hey, man, also, you should go and hit me up. I always forget to do this, but you should hit me up. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook and say, hey, man, be my friend. And I'm like, cool, I'll be your friend, man. Yeah. So those plugs are UT Chris Marks is my little whatever the hell that's called. I don't remember what that's called. UT Chris Marks is my username on both Instagram and Twitter. And then Facebook, it is Chris Marks. You can find me, and then it's just you'll see the logo as you see on all the episodes, and it's there. You can also follow the show, which I don't know how much longer I'm going to be putting those on social media other than like the like page on Facebook, because it's just a duplicate of the UT Chris Marks Twitter. So, but anyway, you got Useless Threats at Useless Threats, and then Useless Threats on Facebook. You got the Liberated Syndication account. That's awesome. That's libsyn.com/useless threats. And then you've got uselessthreats.com. What else can we plug? Oh, shit, son. Oh, shit. So it's not going to be this week. It's going to be after Bucket of Beers. I haven't put anything up there yet. I don't have time until after Bucket of Beers. But episode 11 will be up on Stitcher, motherfuckers. Stitcher. We're on Stitcher. Got that email last week, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm on Stitcher. And I don't know if that's a big deal or not. I just listened to some of my favorite podcasts on Stitcher, and so I was really excited that I was on there. So there's that. You can also listen to us on YouTube. I don't think anybody's doing that, but what the hell? You want to do it? Do it. Maybe I'll put some videos of Lacey up there with it too. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. Anyways, so this is a great show. Coming up, we got Jordan Rendon on here. This is my best friend here. He's freaking awesome. And yeah, go and listen to them, and stay tuned for more. I think that's about it. Love you. Bye. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye now.
I'm ready. If it needs to go, just let it happen.
Can I just tell you, it's really refreshing to be with someone who knows how to use a goddamn mic, like, right in front of their face. 'Cause everybody else is, like, talking back here, and it's just like, what the fuck?
I've seen a lot of radio shows, and they're always like, speak it to the mic. And they're like, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Or then there's the people who, like, eat the mic, and it's just like, no, not like that.
So, like,
Keep it.
Just give it some space.
Just give it some space.
Just keep it down.
Keep it down.
Keep it down. So this is really good.
You dig it?
I'm liking it.
It's a little more bitter than I remember it being. Oh, I'm running over my cord. Hold up.
Could it possibly be because of all that carbonation?
No. I wouldn't think so. I mean that could have been from a bunch of things. I mean, it went from being cold to hot.
That can cause that?
Yeah, all sorts of things can do it. You actually, like, once you have a beer cold, you technically don't want it to go into the warmth again.
Right.
But that's, like, unavoidable. I mean, it's going to go on a truck. There are actually people who have written contracts that say we require a cooled truck, a spot in the cooler. So basically it'll never leave essentially warehouse environment. But yeah. So
the more you know.
The more you know. Yeah.
We need to put that soundbite. Ding,
the more you know.
Ding,
I'm pulling sound bites from every show now. I've only done it from one show so far, but I'm
where there's enough for sound bites.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. So, like, after episode 10, after a bucket of beers. Let me move this a little bit closer. I'm kind of like leaning over here. All right. After bucket of beers, I'm gonna start doing music. First off, musicians on the show. I'm gonna start doing music in between the breaks, and I'm also gonna start doing sound bites. So I'm gonna hook up. You have the little mini keyboard. I'm gonna get another one of those because they're fucking cheap. And I'm gonna put it, like, right here. I'm like, pow.
Just
you can
hit
hit
'em.
it, and just, like, funny things to hit and stuff with it. So
I know. Well, depending on what kind of sound bites you're looking for. I know Apple has a app where it's just got a shitload of just different sound bites.
Yeah.
And you can put, like, your favorite ones to where it looks like a little mini hotkeys.
yeah.
And you can just push them.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Logic's got that, and that's what I'm gonna rig it up to. And I'm essentially gonna just do it off of a keyboard, and I'm gonna put masking tape and be like, this is this one, this one, this one, or a guy below it. I'm sure it'll be rough at first, but
Yeah, once you figure out and know them by heart, it's gonna be
Yeah.
a lot easier to hit them, like, on point.
yeah.
Maybe you can get that goat that yells.
Do we? See, I think we could probably do that because it's so little of a span. I just need to know more about copyright, so I just don't want to deal with
Yeah,
copyright issues.
that's one thing that I have to be careful, because I would love to use music as
Yeah.
my background
Yeah.
to, like, my YouTube videos, but people are so sensitive
Oh,
with their
yeah.
stuff, which to an extent I can understand.
Yeah, but, like, the arts industry in general is just like, dude, Jesus Christ. I
Yeah.
mean,
So I know Gamer for Union, which is the people who I'm partnered with on there, they actually give you sounds that you're allowed to use. Like, they have a list of, like, music you can use just in case, like, you make your own intro or something. You can just throw their music and
that's pretty cool.
it's, like, paid for. So YouTube can't come at you and be like, oh, copyright.
You want to talk a little bit about the fame that you've gotten coming up? 'Cause it's pretty.
I mean,
sweet.
I guess we can. It's really not fame. I'm still more of, like, a
it's
Y
fame.
lister
It's
YouTube
fame.
star. So No, amazingly, it's one of those typical stories that you can pretty much do anything on the internet
Yeah.
and make it something.
Yeah.
Like, no joke.
Yeah.
The amount of shit that we have on the internet
Yeah.
is just ridiculous.
It is.
And the fact that people can make money off stuff, like we had that convict guy that I forgot what he went to jail for, but girls thought his mugshot was hot.
Oh, I remember who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was his mugshot. Once he
Yeah.
got out, he got a deal for modeling,
Yeah.
and it's like, really?
Yeah. Are you serious right
Like,
now? Yeah.
This guy just got big because he went to jail.
Yeah.
And his mugshot hit public records. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And then you have the Target kid, who it was just some random video of these people that were checking out at Target, and it was this kid who was checking them out, and all these girls just went crazy for him,
Is he really hot?
according to them. And he was on the Ellen show.
Hey, was he really hot?
I mean, I wouldn't do him.
Really?
No.
God, it's not.
He was a
hot.
blonde-haired kid. I don't go for
Oh
blondes.
no! What is this?
Exactly.
Blonde-haired guys?
Exactly.
No.
Not a fan.
Nope.
But yeah, so pretty much what I do is I am a, what's the word?
Sex machine.
No. That's more of a sexual tyrannosaurus is what I like to call it. But what is it whenever people renew their vows, like to be like, I'm a born again virgin type thing? Well, I'm a born again WWE fan is what I was trying to go with that for sure. So if you don't know what WWE is for whatever reason, that is World Wrestling Entertainment. I was a fan of it like years ago. And then I think I probably took like almost a decade off from watching it. And then it was when, get ready for the emotional music. It was during the time that my dog passed. I didn't expect that to hit me as hard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy. It's like you lose a person.
Oh yeah.
Especially with like a dog that's been in your life for years.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. Like I knew it was gonna be hard, but I didn't know I was gonna feel that much.
Yeah.
So there was I think he went on a Thursday, and there was a UFC fight on Saturday, and then it was WrestleMania on Sunday. So whenever that happened, I was just like, okay, I really don't even want to do anything. So I remember I watched the UFC fights, and then Sunday came around, and I was like, I haven't seen WWE in forever, and it's WrestleMania. Like, that's their Super Bowl shows. So I just went ahead and ordered it on the TV, which it was kind of bad because once the bill came in, it was like an extra $65 on there. And I didn't even think twice about it.
They
I was just
always
like,
charge a shit ton for like all of those events. It's like,
dude,
holy
it's crazy.
cow.
Yeah.
The amount of markup that they're making is just nuts.
It's
anyway.
no joke. But now I have the network, so I get all the pay-per-views for free. So it doesn't really matter now. But so after I watched it there, I was entertained, and it got to where I was like, okay, I'll watch Monday. Okay, I'll watch next Monday. And by the time that knew I'm at the shows, I'm hooked. Well, fast forward till now, they came out with a card game on mobile devices called WWE Supercard. And it was one of those games that I was just like, okay, cool. It's a mobile game. Give me something to do if I'm bored. Well, it turned out to be like really fun. So I started playing that a lot. I met a bunch of great people on there, and they have this tournament called the People's Championship, which is where it's a 3-match system. The easy match is 1 point. The medium match, which is kind of not hard but not easy, is 3 points, and then the last one is 5. And you basically are facing the world. It's a 4-day event, so you're just constantly grinding and getting points to where you can be number one in the world. Well, the number one guy, I I had looked him up because he had the only card that you could win from it since he was the highest ranked.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person who had video footage of that card at its max stats was a guy named Biggie Dude. So when I went to his, he reminded me of one of my teachers from high school that I absolutely hated until I actually had him my senior year. And like we butted heads big time. And then I had him for English, and I was like, oh, this guy. And one of my best teachers ever. This dude has like masters in freaking everything. He was like ex-military. So nice of a guy. And it's crazy how the world works that way. Like your biggest enemy could become your best friend. And just because of the fact of either you just got on the wrong foot or whatever. But anyways, so pretty much I got to meet him, not in person, but just like throughout Skype and stuff. And I got to meet some of the other like high people that a lot of people watch. And I was like, I have a Mac and I have the game. Like this should be easy to do. So I just started doing a video, and I knew pretty much how to get there because I'm like really social when it comes to just being in different environments. Like I love watching people. I love seeing like people's views of different stuff. So I knew what I had to do to get there. And like my first video, I gave Biggie Dude a shout out, and I was just like, yo, you've inspired me to do this, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy how I can watch a 41-year-old man for like 45 minutes playing a mobile card game and be entertained the whole time. And so I sent that, and I tweeted him, and he responded back. And it was like this long message, and he was just like, dude, you have a voice for your videos, and you keep it entertaining. Like, this is something that I could watch. And I was just like, awesome. So that right there got me like a bunch of views and subscribers right away too, because he like retweeted it, and then it moved on to where like he shouted me out because I got one of his shirts because he started a little his brand type thing. And so I knew that would get me a shout out. And then I already made like really good friends with all the other main people, which got me up there to where it led me to now I've broken over, I think I have 1,086 subscribers. And it got me to partner up with Gamers for Union. And so now like I'm making money off of it. And it's just, again, it all comes back to you can literally do anything on the internet and get paid for it.
So long story short, I make money doing anything I want on the internet.
Right. If you have a dream, don't even worry about it. Just get on the internet.
Oh, dude,
make stuff.
I mean, I'm with you. Like I said, I have no idea if people are listening to this that are like actual fans or if it's just by the episode. Who the hell knows? All I know is from Liberated Syndication. I don't know about iTunes. I was telling Stu this last night. I don't fucking know about iTunes. I don't know about like anything else other than like the direct downloads
Right.
for her. But what I do know is that my show is about nothing. This show is about nothing. Anybody listening to this knows that this show is about nothing. It says in tags, it says it's like music, craft beer, interviews. It's just like, yes, all of this happens. We discuss these things at some point, but I actually literally found out that the genre of my show is called unrestrained comedy. Okay. We got to take a break for a second. It just did a really weird thing.
Stop.
We're back. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. It's the same thing that happened on Fernando's one. I'm going to have to completely reformat this stupid computer. But whatever. What I was saying is the genre is called unrestrained comedy talk. That's apparently my genre, which essentially means that I come in here and you come in here. We have no set agenda and we talk about shit, and it's typically funny. that's what it is.
But I think that's why a lot of people like it.
I hope so.
You don't know what to expect.
I hope so.
Unless they know the people that are coming on there.
Yeah.
Which is another story.
Yeah, that's true.
But, I mean, it's not like you've told 34 people about it.
No, man. I mean,
Greg's agent found you.
Yeah, Greg's agent found me, and then, like, I don't think he had done anything to promote it other than maybe, like, mention it once. You know, going with it. until like the day and been like, hey, this is my new thing. It just came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but directly at 10, I had 17 downloads. I was like, and the only way that you know that it comes out at 10 is unless Greg had said it previously, which I have no idea. And I don't know how many people are like, regularly following Greg. I know Greg has a lot of people who like really follow him with it, but I'm the one who announces at 10 that it comes out at 10.
Right.
So there it is. So I need to be better about like plugging stuff. I never mentioned like what my like handles are for anything. I never mention like anything about like new episodes or anything coming up, except if it's in the moment when I'm doing like the intro, like later on.
It does get annoying because like even me, I'll plug like the top guys, but it got to the point where I was like, cool, all links in the description below.
Right.
And
right.
I mean,
I've gotten that going now, but yeah.
Yeah. The only one is that I really say is just like, follow me on Twitter and then I'll say it.
Yeah.
Which is easy for me because I mean, that's the best way that they can get in contact with me.
Dude, I've got so many goddamn links that I go through that I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I have to make sure that the link that I'm putting there is not the one that you're on right now, right? So there's not a link to my website if you're on my website below it.
Right.
And I'm just like, God, so I have my website, I have Liberated Syndication, I have Twitter, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have YouTube, soon to have SoundCloud, gonna have Stitcher, that'll be on the announcement for the intro for this, and it's just like, what the hell? Like, I mean, that was like 9 right there.
It's good to have your main one on all of them.
Yeah.
The one that has all the rest of the links, just in case you forget one.
Yeah.
Because you know that first link that they're going to go to. Or they're going to be the type of follower where it's like, well, I only use Twitter, so where's the Twitter handle?
Yeah.
And they'll look for that, and boom. As long as it's there, you got it, you know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's, like I said, that's what I do. And, I mean, I completely understand Twitter and why it got so big.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, it really makes it easy for
Aren't
you
they
to
like
talk to
bankrupt
everybody.
now, though?
Twitter?
Isn't like the actual company? I'm pretty sure the actual company is like bankrupt. Or something like that.
What?
Yeah,
How is that?
because they weren't able to pay back their loan because it doesn't make any money. Like that's the problem with it. Is that like there was
Even
a
with
big,
all the ads and everything?
There was a big news thing that said they weren't able to pay back their investors. I don't know if they're necessarily bankrupt yet, but they're in trouble.
I thought Twitter sold their company to someone else.
Recently?
No, like kind of at its like peak.
I don't think so.
Really?
Like from what I had heard, like I don't know. We'll look it up.
Maybe that's Vine.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't pay attention to
Because
Vine.
I think Vine got
I got
sold
into
for like
Vine.
billions.
I got into Vine for like a week, and then I was just like, I don't freaking care
I just
anymore.
need more than 6 seconds.
Yep, that's my problem with tweeting. Is I'm sitting here and it's like, I do not want to constrain a thought to like, what is it, 130 characters?
Yeah, but you
it's
also
fucking
don't.
bullshit. You know, what am I supposed to do after that? I don't have room for hashtagging.
But see, that's the thing about Twitter though.
Can I
Twitter
also just say hashtagging is the fucking stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
But it gets you.
No, it works really well.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome. But I hate it.
Yes.
I hate it.
The thought of it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The action of it and what it can do is
genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. Whoever fucking thought of it, I'm just like, you're fucking.
But see, this is the thing with Twitter though, is you got to remember Twitter was put on here for thoughts, like quick thoughts. Originally, it was meant, this is why I got so much hate. Originally, it was meant for going to the bathroom, going to the grocery store, going to get this, just got this. Here's this. My new car. Here it is. It wasn't meant for what it is now.
But that's so minuscule and mundane. I fucking hate that. It's just like, I don't need to tell someone I'm taking a shit.
But that's,
I can tell you right now I'm going to go take a shit. I already took my shit for the day. I'm good, by the way.
Not
I took a
necessarily.
great one this morning.
That's
I thought
awesome.
you should know that.
I love whenever I take morning dumps.
It was great.
Am I the only person who has to get naked whenever I dump?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm not.
I mean, I know people that have to take off their pants. You take off all your clothes?
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah.
What about in a public restroom?
I don't use public restrooms. Like, I would have to be on the verge of shitting myself, which is rare.
You haven't come to that point in your life where you're just like, just fuck it.
I mean, no. Hell no. I am too like germaphobe for that. Like,
Oh my god.
I have friends that they're like, "Hey, pull over to this gas station."
Dude,
I'm like,
Hannah,
dude, we're 5 minutes away.
You,
like,
you,
hold
and,
it.
you and Hannah, man. I know, dude. I
can't do it.
I reached a point where I guess I spend enough time on the toilet in my life that I've gotten
I would like
to a
to
point
think
where
I've been on the same
when
hourly process than you.
I don't think so. How many shits you take a day?
Now, probably, maybe like twice,
Okay.
if not once.
Okay.
I always got to get
girls
like
like
one
take it like
good dump.
once like every 3 days. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
but
fuck
girls
is with
like
that?
shoot out pebbles.
Yeah.
And then
do.
they're like, I'm done. Like, no, it's like, here comes the force.
Mine's mine's like a 15-minute process between whatever I'm doing on my phone during the time.
That's what
I have
slows
work
me
to
down.
get done while I'm on the taking a shit. Honestly, it's a great time. Until your legs go numb, it's a great time.
Yes, I
Until your
hate
legs
getting
go
up
numb.
after being
Yeah.
like sitting down for a while, and then like all the blood's rushing back to
Yeah,
your feet,
it's
and you get that
fucking terrible.
tingling, and
Yeah.
you're just like, I gotta wipe, but I can't stand right now.
Dude,
It sucks.
See, and you don't eat spicy food. I eat so much spicy food
Yeah.
that I swear to God, dude, butt wipes. Best fucking thing.
Connell, shout outs.
Got it.
Well,
on there.
I don't like the Connell brand. I
have
like
Charmin.
Charmin. Yes.
Fist bump.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Charmin. Charmin's like the best.
Yeah.
I wish
like
I
a bear in
could
the
find
woods.
like rolls.
It's like a bear in the woods.
Yes, I wish I could find rolls of that so I could just use that as toilet paper.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
But they wouldn't stay moist if there was on a roll.
no, they wouldn't.
and
But
yada
it's,
yada yada. But yeah, it's amazing. I love Charmin.
Dude, but no, I got to a point where I was just like, for some reason, I don't know what it is, man. For some reason, whenever I have to take a really, really bad shit out in public, it's like at a Marshall's or a Home Goods. And I swear to God, this
I guess if you find decent bathrooms.
No, but this has got to happen to everybody else. But those aren't decent bathrooms. They're
Those are-
never decent bathrooms.
They're better than a freaking gas station.
Oh, way
one,
better than that.
Unless
That's
it's
true.
Buc-ee's. Shout
But
out
I don't
to Buc-ee's.
But I don't even consider gas stations to be a thing with bathrooms because gas station is a last resort for a
Yes.
bathroom. And Buc-ee's does not count as a bathroom. Buc-ee's is way different.
Buc-ee's is amazing.
Those are like fucking immaculate.
Like,
Those things are ridiculous.
Yeah, I want to go in there with my food and just like enjoy my
eat,
time.
Have
there.
it going
Yes.
in while coming out. Yeah,
Yes.
just go.
Yes. They're like, we have tables over here. It's like, no,
I'm
going to the restroom.
I'm just gonna stay here for a while.
Yeah.
No, the funny thing about Home Goods always is best, but Home Goods is always like Home Goods is best. The order for that company is highest to lowest. Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. TJ Maxx is always the biggest piece of shit you've ever been to. And every time you go,
Who shop is at TJ Maxx though?
what's funny is that's the head company. It's like, that's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, when you go into those bathrooms, everybody else must be going through the same thing as me. Because you go into those bathrooms and someone has had an elephant pass out their ass. Because it's just like, you go in there and you're like, how is this physically possible? Where the areas that the shit is, if you go into if they haven't, I would never want to work there, first off, because I can't even believe it, because I'm just like, it's just like, you shit on the toilet. Like, what was going on? And it's like, is it backsplash? Was it because there was so much projectile coming out that it flew upwards? Or
I have had that happen before.
or were you
It is
drunk?
possible, folks.
Were you drunk and squatting and were just a little bit too far back and it was there? But who does this? Anyway, but it's always the worst ones. Is we always go to dinner someplace and it's like, oh yeah, I've eaten too much too fast or something. Like, you saw me inhale that burger earlier.
Which was pretty amazing. Because I swear that was probably maybe 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was gone.
Maybe.
It was gone.
I think you had one sentence about our topic, and then it was.
I don't even
done.
drink while I'm eating too. I'll just do it and
Yeah.
I'll just chug a bunch right afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But no, those bathrooms is always like the place where I'm like, I'm gonna have to see you in a minute. Hannah,
I love
gotta
the ones
go.
that don't give you the courtesy flush. Those are always a fun little like nice last
ones
guy that
that-
was here. Just because like you walk into a stall and it's just like full of shit. There's just the bowl full of shit and you're just like, you couldn't do that last flush. Like you just could not do it. Like was there something wrong?
No.
Because you can use your foot to hit that little thing.
Yeah.
And
I always
nowadays,
do. I always use my foot.
Oh,
I
yeah,
use my
and-
foot to lift the toilet seat. I use my foot to hit the flush. I mean, that's
and
that's how I
nowadays they
do
have
it.
the automatic flush.
Yeah.
And it's just again, it's like, come on, bro.
I saw one last night to where someone took a shit and like must have flushed like right after it was all diarrhea because it just like coated the inner like bowl. You know what I mean?
Oh
Where they
my
flushed
God.
and it shot it upwards, so it was like fucking coating. It's like that's fucking disgusting, dude.
I mean,
It's
the
just like looked like
logs
a bunch
that
of
these
spent
people
grain.
just
Like
just lay.
I once saw in high school a guy's bathroom stall have a shit that was the size of a Pringles can. That
Golly. Dude needs to go to
and
doctor.
all I was thinking the whole time was I was just like, who has an asshole big enough for this? So I'm just like, does he gape it?
I mean,
Does he
just,
stretch his asshole? Is this goatee that took a shit right now?
I'm not gonna lie. You know, this is uncensored, uncut.
It's
now-
unrestrained comedy talk.
Now, whenever I go to take a shit, I do spread the cheeks because it leaves less residue from when
You mean on the toilet seat, not with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
hands,
yeah.
right?
No.
That's
No,
fucking weird.
Yeah,
If you
no,
did
not,
that-
I'm not just like there,
It's
just
like I feel
holding
like
my
that's
ass
how
cheeks.
Daniel Tosh shits. I feel like he just would sit there and he'd
That-
be like, he would just fucking just spread it.
That dude is built so weird. he like he has an arc to his back, and it was so funny because one of the things that he said, he was just like, "Yeah, everyone says I stand weird. My mom tells me it's just because I have a giant cock," which is and it. I mean, it makes sense because of it how he's arced,
Yeah.
because it kind of looks like a lot of the weight's in the front.
Yeah.
So it just worked perfectly.
Wouldn't that make you go the other way though? Wouldn't that make you bend forward?
Yeah, he bends forward. Like he has that arc. Like he stands like.
No. I'm talking about the opposite. I mean, that's dragging you down from your pelvis to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like his arc is on his back.
Yeah.
Like
But
he's
his back should
he's
arc
like
this way. His
Yeah.
back should arc this way. Jordan is now standing up so no one else can hear him on the freaking mic, but he's just trying to do a demonstration.
I'm trying to show him how he stands.
Now, no, the way that you're standing right there looks like it should have been the way that it was done. Well, I guess there's no weight on the upper back, right? It's just like
it's all down here.
now is he always standing to where his knees are bent? Like it's just like they
It
can't
looks
carry?
like it. It
Yeah.
kind of looks like his knees are kind of bent.
See, I'm not leaning towards the big dick. I'm leaning towards the big balls.
Well, I mean, it was definitely a joke. So maybe he does have really big balls,
really big block.
but
I said
Blocks.
blocks.
So back to the dumping conversation. Another fun story that I've never shared before. As a kid,
I doubt that.
No, I promise. I never. I don't. This isn't like my normal conversation with a bunch of people.
It's not?
No, I'm
Does
not
that
like
make me
yo.
weird?
A long time ago, taking a shit. This
Does that
is
make me
happening.
weird? I mean, I
I mean,
bowel movements.
It happens.
Yeah.
You know. But as a kid, for some reason, I held my shit till I couldn't hold them anymore. I don't know why he did it. Like, I would hold them.
That's so uncomfortable.
I don't know. I don't know if
I
it
had-
was just the pain.
What's that thing that kids have when they first come out and they can't can't poop and they like get full of
Constipation?
gas? No. It's there's a term for it, and it's a lot of kids get it when they're like first born, and it's just like you have no way of expelling your gas or anything from you. I can't remember what it's called.
Huh. I don't know.
Um,
You're better at that field than I am.
I don't know. I had that as a kid apparently when I was I don't remember it. You know what I
Really?
mean? But I had so apparently so it's just like you're I think it's that like your stomach it's like almost like acid reflux, but your
Mhm.
stomach has a problem of where it's producing a lot of gas and you're not able to expel it. And so like the only way that you could do it is like by like relaxing the kid. And so apparently like my mom said like the magic thing was putting me on the dryer while it was running. And it would like
Really?
Yeah, and the vibrations would like settle my stomach with it apparently, but I'd be like screaming like all night. I gotta
Dang,
look
that
this up. What
sucks.
is it? Here, look that up really quick on your phone. It's put like children born gas problem or something like that. It's a really common thing, and I can't remember the name of it. But yeah. But that apparently that was like the thing to always do. And all I'm sitting here now is like I was like I'd like to sit on the dryer. I mean the dryer seems like it'd be comfy. It's warm and it's like vibration instead of my tummy.
Gassy tummy. Gas pain in babies.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, but there's no name for it.
Let me see your phone. I got this.
But no, just as a kid, I would just hold it. I think my whole theory behind it was the fact of, like,
Colic.
whenever...
That's what it's called. Colic.
Colic?
Colic.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to type this in so I can define what it is.
Just ask Google.
Ask Google.
She'll read it to you. Here.
Do it. Do it. Show me the magic.
Okay, Google. What does colic mean?
Severe, often fluctuating pain in the abdomen caused by intestinal gas or obstruction in the intestines, and suffered especially by babies.
There you go.
Bam!
There you go.
There we go.
Miss Google herself.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even know there's such thing.
So you want to know a funny story about that?
Bust it out.
So when I was a kid and my dad had me, there was a time that he told me there was a story with it. If I had problems, oh man, the listeners are getting a real good history on my shitting problems coming in.
And mine.
Man. Yeah.
I feel like they know me a lot more than a lot of other people do.
Yeah, yeah. I think the only people outside my family that know this is now you and Hannah with it. But apparently there's a funny
Rightfully
fucking
so.
story with this. Of like I used to have a hard time shitting with it because of this. And when it did come out, it was like pressurized because of all the gas with this.
So it'd be like,
So-
sunk.
Yeah.
Is that
Like a potato cannon. Like a potato cannon. So apparently there was this one time where my dad was changing me and he like lifted up my butt, you know, with it like changing me as a diaper.
And you
I
popped him?
shot shit out so hard
Nice.
that it went like 5 feet away from me into the closet. He dodged that shit like the Matrix. And
Wow.
then fucking I shot projectile shit out and it hit
Ugh.
the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, shit is such a gross, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's.
I mean,
it's
it-
like
dude,
the
taking a
definition of
shit is-
oxymoron.
When the relief of taking a shit is one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Yeah,
As I will say any day, I love taking a good shit.
I do not mind it. I hate the
No.
cleanup process just
Yes.
because no
My
matter
asshole gets raw.
no matter how much you wipe that thing, there's always gonna be something.
There's always something, and then like your asshole gets raw from all the wiping. It's why you gotta have the baby wipes.
Yes.
Do it
That's
like
why I bust out 2 wipes with normal toilet paper, the rest with some Charmin.
Learn from this man right here.
I mean, it's the way to go, and you feel refreshed
You do. You feel
because they're all like nice
excellent.
and cold, even
Yeah.
though they're not
Oh,
in
I love
like
that nice cool
an
feeling.
AC or anything. They're
Nice,
just in
cool
room
feeling's
temperature.
awesome.
It's amazing. I
Now-
love it.
Now, next subject with this.
Okay.
Now, as a person, do you run hot or do you run cold?
What do you mean? Do I
Like,
run
does your skin naturally feel warm or do you feel cold?
hot? I like to get my skin cold, but I run hot.
So do I. Best thing ever is dating a woman that runs cold. Oh my God. Hannah's like an iceberg. I love it. And she hates it all the time. And she's like, you're so hot. And I'm just like, no, you're so cold.
I've well, I don't think I've had a girl that I'm like that's one of my main things of why I don't like to cuddle is because I'm so hot
You
and
got to have a cold.
I guess I haven't had
That's
one
how
then.
you know when you found your perfect match right there, Jordan, is if she runs cold, you're like,
See, I've had to where they say they run cold and their feet are like always cold, which
oh
always
fuck
feels
feet.
good.
That's just bad circulation.
Oh,
You gotta have full on running cold, man.
See, I wish I could do that. And see, I don't mind, I guess, cuddling, but the fact of like after 10 minutes, like I'm starting to sweat. And
Well,
I
who
know
the fuck
you
wants to cuddle for 10 minutes. I mean, that's just straight up honest.
I
I'm
mean,
so glad.
if you like the chick.
Yeah,
especially
but
like during a movie, you know, just
well,
like,
okay, yes, there's
I'm
that.
not talking about
That's-
full on spoon.
Oh, okay. See, that's
Yeah,
different.
no,
'cause
no,
I'm
no.
thinking like
Spoon's
full-on
even
spoon. I
the
was like,
worst.
Who the
I
fuck
can't-
is doing this?
Yeah, I can't do that either. It's like you want me to do this, you get 3 minutes max.
Look, man, this is where it's awesome having dated for almost 8 years is that shit, it's all about the comfort now, man. We do the good cuddling with it. We have great sex. We have great cuddling, but I don't need to. Here's a quote that I always return back to, and I can't Oh, it's Louis C.K. Louis C.K. said this. It's the joke of men. You always got like men and women when they're first like dating or whatever, and they have sex, and like the girl wants to like cuddle afterwards. That's how you know you've done bad at sex as a man. Because if you fuck that girl right with that, she'll leave you the fuck alone. You did great. She's tired as shit, as the same tired as you are. It's good to go. There's still like loving cuddling
now I'm like
happening.
starting to think back, like who wanted to cuddle with me?
There's
after?
like loving cuddling, but it's not like, oh, please hold me kind of thing. No.
Okay.
If you did right by her. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. Neither does she.
I guess that
but
is
it would
true.
be the point of where it's like, I need a cigarette.
I guess because it's almost kind of like you just did it, and it was just kind of like, oh, well, that was nice. Let's just cut a little bit before I leave. And it's like,
right. It's like, well, and you're still like, I mean, women as well, but especially like women have multiple orgasms, right with it. But like men, when you have that
sometimes. Some chicks are. Well, I mean, you already know your chick in and out. I mean,
yeah,
you should be able to do that. But I'm saying like whenever you're not with the same chick, there are some chicks that like they take forever.
Yeah, and that sucks.
And it's almost one of those things where
there are girls
like,
that can't have it by penetration, and that fucking sucks.
See, and then they're like, "Oh my god, you're already done." It's like, I went. What's wrong with you? Like. Something you need to figure out your ways ASAP. So
that's funny.
But no, yeah, I guess that is true. As far as if a girl wants to cuddle after, that means.
Dude, I'm in like after we're done, I'm in like a fucking coma most of the time. Unless there's like a quickie.
I get sex munchies, and I hate it.
I don't have sex munchies. I want like a fucking like stiff drink afterwards. I'm like that classic. I want a stiff drink and a cigarette. That's what I would love.
So you want like your glass of whiskey?
Yeah, and a cigarette afterwards would just sound amazing.
Nice. I would do that if I had like a balcony.
Yeah.
And I looked over a city.
Well, I don't smoke anymore. So I mean that doesn't happen. But
I do it just to do it. Just look over and be like, my city. Just because I knew I just did work
on our honeymoon. I already know that I'm gonna have a cigar with me. I'm gonna do it then. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go out on that balcony with some.
You should do it with the cigar in your mouth. Fuck it. just keep going.
Fuck it, just go. Yep. Yeah.
And then whenever you point at her, just make sure you got it in your finger.
What's the most amount of times you've had sex in one day?
In one day?
Yeah.
Probably like 3.
See, I haven't made it past 4. And that was when we were in high school. Like I've always tried to go past that, but 4 was terrible. Like that fourth one, that was fucking awful.
Because
like my dick hurt really bad.
Let me tell women this. Now, don't take it bad that we don't want to like talk about our feelings or like show you loads and loads of amounts of love right after. Because by human nature, you need to regenerate. You need to like give yourself some time.
Coma afterwards,
yeah, it's
dude.
like I don't want to go like watch some TV with you or anything right now because I kind of want to regenerate. Like I gave you your time, I did my time. Like let me just kind of let's you do your thing, I'll do my thing. Like don't look at it as like, oh, if you just want me for sex and then you want to leave. Like I mean, I want to leave, but it's not. I'm just doing you for sex. It's just like by human nature, it's like, okay. I mean, once you hang out with a bunch of like the same person for so long, you want your like space again. It's kind of like your best friends. You're out shopping. You go get your nails done. You're pooped. So what do you want to do? Go home and hang out.
This is gonna sound terrible, but I completely understand where you're coming from, and I guarantee you, Hannah would agree with that too. Of where it's just like we're very comfortable ourselves, and there's definitely days where it's just like we're like super lovey-dovey, doing all sorts of shit. You know what I mean? And they were like cuddle afterwards, whatever.
Right.
But a lot of times it's just like we have fucking stressful lives. Sex is not only like because we love each other, but it relieves stress.
Right.
And afterwards, we're like on our iPad or something like afterwards, of where it's just like we're both like, whew, relaxing time. But the oh shit. No, the other thing I was going to say with regards to that is it's kind of like when you've gone and you've had a really epic night hanging out with a bunch of people, right? You've had a really epic night. You've like fucking peaked. It's awesome. And then you want that feeling to sustain and you go over to someone's house afterwards and it's just awkward. It's like, but it's not like, awkward is the wrong word because I just made that sound terrible. It's like, yeah, it was sex. Now I don't know.
No, but it's really not. It's kind of like,
but it's like you've reached a heightened sense of well-being and stuff, and because that has taken so much out of you, you gotta recuperate.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
and,
just it.
and like I said, it's kind of one of those days that you've done everything, like with your friends and everything. And what happens at the end? You're just like, oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm ready for a nap. So what do? You split ways. This person goes home. This person goes home, and then you have a nap or whatever, and then you're good to hang out the next day. Or maybe not even the next day. Maybe it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, well, I'll see you tonight. I'm gonna go home, nap real quick because I need to go to sleep and get in a nap in before tonight or something like that.
People for sex, Jordan.
Well, no, no, but see, that's what I'm saying.
You got what you wanted out of that day.
I don't even think I could have went a fourth time because by that point, like, I'm not even attracted anymore. It's like I don't want sex.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a horny teenager, right? So I mean, we're just fucking each other's brains out.
Yeah, but I think I have a huge sex drive. Like I have
a huge sex drive too. But we did it twice the other day, and I thought I was gonna die. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just like, okay. After that, I probably could have done. She'd gone to bed. I probably could have done it one more time. I don't know if it would have been good because that point, there's no freaking finishing after 5-10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
At that point, it becomes like a marathon.
I think
of
at
where
that
it's
point,
like you're depleted, and between everything else that's going on there, like that next sex session, if you're gonna do it for a third time. It's like gonna be like an hour.
No! By that point, it's your dick against you.
Yeah,
because he's like, "You want to go again? All right, bitch. See if I go. We'll test this theory.
Yeah,
out. Who quits first?
Yeah,
yeah. He challenges you to like an I quit match, and guaranteed he's gonna win. Because at that point, you think you're going, you're not. You're just shooting blanks. That's it. So yeah, no, like, I don't know. I mean. But you do have your days where it's just like twice and you're just like, God, I just want you again.
Yeah, there are the days where I'm just fucking
possible.
Randy. I'm just fucking.
Who's Randy?
Yeah. Who's Randy?
Who's that dude?
I just said I'm just fucking Randy too. I'm just fucking Randy up his tight butthole.
Damn.
Over
the man's
here.
on news. Where did this show go? We went from shit to sex to banging dudes.
Banging dudes.
Banging dudes.
We're at banging dudes.
So.
Yeah.
How is all that?
What the fuck?
I think that was your phone.
Yeah, I think it was.
How's all what? That's so unprofessional.
How's all what?
Your whole relationship.
Oh, it's great.
That's good.
It's excellent.
I hope to get there eventually because I've kind of moved out of this whole stage of. Well, ever since my ex, I've been out of this whole like, oh, let me just date to date.
Right.
Now it's like if I'm dating you, I feel like there could be something.
We're at a really, really good point right now, especially since I just got hired. I'm announced that again. I don't remember what I've announced on here. This show, that is one of the faults of doing a show where you're drinking constantly. I do not remember 90% of what happens at these shows.
Right.
And it's not because I'm like blackout drunk or anything. It's just consciously, I already have a bad memory, and I'm so ADD, I don't pay enough attention. That if I'm drinking, I don't pay attention
Plus,
at all.
they're like hours, so you don't know what you said.
Oh, yeah. So I just, I'll announce it again. Hired at Thirsty Planet. I'm part of the Thirsty Planet crew now.
Yeah, what?
But now I'm part of that, and like my happiness is rubbing on to Hannah, because I had been stressed for so long.
And that's really good.
Yeah, and that's happening. So now if she could get her fucking CPA done, which she doesn't want to do at all, and so she's coming home stressed and venting and shit. Once that shit is done and she's in a level of comfort, it's going to be fucking great. She's about to start her own show. I finally have convinced her. Like she's like every day now people are coming up to her and they're like, "Oh my god, your makeup's amazing. You did all this and stuff."
That's perfect for YouTube. There's so many makeup gurus on there.
And she's damn good at it. And she has a shit ton of stuff on it. And she's like, I really should start doing this. It's like, I've told you that like fucking billions
Dude,
of times
and
now.
Macs make it so easy to make videos
Yeah,
and stuff.
and I'm just like, you've got a great naturally lit room. We'll get you one of the, I don't know what they're called, the umbrella lights that you use with that.
for like photo shoots and stuff.
Yeah, we'll get you one of those. Get a new camera. You've got the fucking money to buy it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she's great with money. So I'm just like, you've got the damn money. Go do it. And she's like, okay, well, once I get this first test done, I'm like, cool. It's like, she's got it. That's next week.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I'll start doing it. I'm like, do it. Why are you not doing it? You do great at it.
And no joke, dude, like YouTube is perfect for that.
Yeah.
And then especially once you start getting like that partnership and you get all like the sponsors and stuff, like that's where they start flying you out to like conventions
and she was talking
stuff.
about, she's like, oh my
it's
god,
crazy.
all these people that she watches, they have like all these amazing like products and stuff that she has to buy on her own, but they just get them sent to her. I'm just like, yeah,
Yep, because they want them to try it. Like that would be one of my dream jobs, is just to like review phones. Like I would love, which I'm actually even thinking of like doing a channel on that, because there's certain things that I find that they miss in certain like phone reviews that they do. And there's one guy that I loved watching. His name was Aaron Baker. He worked for Phone Dog and he left to do something else, but I loved like the way he presented himself. He was kind of like the man when it comes to reviewing a phone and everything, and what he looked for and everything is the stuff I look for. Like there's a lot of people that don't take into consideration, like as far as like case reviews and stuff for it. They don't really talk about like the grip and stuff. And I've recently, especially with my Nexus, I've been doing a lot more cases now, and I've been looking at reviews that they do, and they miss out a bunch of stuff on this like things, and it's kind of how I started Supercard, because I was like, there's so much stuff that could be said, and like I feel like my opinion would really reflect off these people, that it just clicked. So eventually, whenever I start, probably even like once I get like my main job again going, to where like I can just like throw away money, I'll start doing reviews on phones too. There's this amazing guy named MK BHD. He's really good. I think he's like 21 or 22, but this dude's getting flown out to like all like the Google Press and stuff to just review these phones and everything, and all that's like free. And I know this dude's making at least, if not super close to 4 digits, as far as, or 4-figure salary from YouTube.
That's badass.
Yeah. And there's this guy named Timothy Delgado that it sounds so corny when said, but I've watched this guy for like 7 years now on YouTube. And I've seen him from when he first started like vlogging, to where I've seen him go from this kid that he was just talking about like how he's going to get through school, and he got fired from CPK because he tweeted out like these new uniforms look whack, and that got to corporate, so they fired him for it. And luckily at that point, YouTube was kind of giving him like three figures or whatever, and you see him grow.
Wait, how's a 4-figure salary enough? 4 figures per month, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're saying salary as like an annual salary of like
no. Yeah, this is monthly. Okay. At this time, though, Tim, he was making like 3 figures. But, I mean, he was a college kid. He didn't really have many bills.
Yeah.
I mean, it was easy money. It was as if he was working at CPK, you know? And he was always like, man, I hope like one day I can get on this YouTube shit, do all this stuff. So he'd do like little comedy skits. He'd do like music videos, because he's also like a rapper. And he grew, and now this dude paid off his parents' home. Like he said a long time ago, my whole goal is so I can pay off my parents' house to where they are living with no bills. Like I want my parents to be doing this for fun, because they own a Thai restaurant. And he used to go there every Monday. And I mean, he would even vlog that. He's like, it's Monday night doing this. Like he'd still make it funny. Like he'd be like just in his boxers. He's like, this is how I wipe back here, you know? Like he would just make it entertaining. And now Put it this way. His financial advisor requested that he goes and buys like a high-end car because he's making too much money for taxes. He was like, go buy something like an Audi, something like that, so we can write this off. Because
Dude,
if you don't, like, you're gonna get taxed big time because it shows you're making it too much money, and you can write it off as like for business use.
yeah.
And then this dude like bought a condo. He paid off his parents' house, which we don't know the exact amount, but I mean, it was around. I think they still owed like quite a bit. I think it was like at least like 100,000 something, and this dude paid it off like nothing. And when he was getting in his condo, it was crazy because he had just got that. He had just got this. He had a Ford. It was a Ford something, which he got a good deal on it because he won the Ford Fiesta movement contest, which they give you a Ford Fiesta, and you get free gas for a year, but you have to do the contest, and it was for YouTubers. And so when he had to finally give it back, they gave him a good price on that because that was his only car. And so he got that, and at the time he was getting a condo, and they're like, "Oh, well, you kind of have too many things open." So he's like, "Oh God, well, didn't want to pay the car off this fast, but now I have to go pay it off." And it's like, dude, you just got this car like maybe 3-4 months ago, and like you had that money to where you could just pay it off. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And this is all YouTube, and this is all he does now. He has a girlfriend in Canada who he goes and visits. They fly him out everywhere. Like, he's been to Australia, he's been to I think Germany, he's been to a bunch of like Thai places where it's just like
Yeah.
him. He's built his brand, and it's so crazy to seen him go from this kid who had school on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, just talking to a camera, doing some funny stuff here and there, to now this guy that he just gets flown out everywhere. He got on Wallin' Out, Nick Cannon's show on MTV2. They were looking for a contest, and everyone tweeted out his name, so they gave him a shot. He got on that show. Now he knows like Nick Cannon. He goes to those parties. It's just so crazy. Like, this dude's life has turned. And honestly, I feel like if I ever meet him, I could just talk to him normally. Like, I know that much about his life because I followed his life since the beginning. And it's just a surreal thing that, again, going back to the beginning, you can do anything on the internet and get paid for it.
Dude, I would love for this to go that way. I'm kind of in like a funny like spot right now. This is actually it's just my ADD coming out with this because it just reminded me of this. But because I have two names, you know, Chris Marks and Jake Peary going on with this, I'm just like debating. I'm like, do I just want to like move everything over to Chris Marks, or do I want to move everything over to like, or do I want to do a double at the same time? And I'm just like, I don't even know. I'm just like, would this be easier?
One's like a brand, and it's usually good to go like away from your real name,
right? And
that's why, like, I mean, I always go by Copter now.
Yeah,
like that's just my thing.
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, I don't mind my name, but it's kind of like I like my name to be my name.
Right.
I mean, eventually,
I love Chris Marks. I fucking love that for this. So,
and I mean, it's got a good ring to it and everything. So, I mean, people can find you that way, you know. But I guess it kind of gives you, in my opinion, kind of keeps that personal side to you.
Yeah.
Still, so
yeah,
that's why I don't mind that too much. And like Tim, his real name's Tim. Or Timothy, but he just adds the Delegato. I mean, no one really says his last name or anything like that.
Yeah, I just announced like the shows now where I'm like, hey, it's your host, Chris Marks, a.k.a. Jake Peary over here.
It's more like Jake Peary is your alias name?
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's because, I mean, I've had too many people call me Jake, you know, on the show, and it's just like, well, I don't really give a fuck now, especially now that I have this job. I don't give two shits.
Yeah. At the end of it all, though, you just got to make sure that you're doing it for fun.
Right.
Because that's whenever you're expecting something, that's whenever it's super hard.
And dude, I do this for me. I mean, I honestly don't think I put anywhere enough time into this for this to be professional. But a lot of other people would probably argue against that when you look at all my shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think I put in enough time. It's something I devote about a day to, or maybe day and a half every week. And I'll do the episode, and then one of the nights before one of the days before, I'll listen through most of it, just to get a good description out there. And then like the night before, I'll typically do like the intro.
Right.
And I'm trying to get to a point, especially now that I don't have 40 hours a week. I have Monday and Tuesday off. It'll be a lot easier, but I'm trying to get to a point of where, like I have a lot of backlogged episodes to where it's just like right now, this episode's going to come out tomorrow. And I had it for a little bit there where I was like 2 weeks ahead, but then I got busy with stuff. But I would like to be like a month to 2 months ahead.
Right.
Honestly, that's where I would really like.
You never
to
know
be.
what might come up.
Yeah.
So it's good to just have that.
Yeah, and then just be going with it and be like, okay, well, we're gonna book this for this date. What are you looking on this date? And that actually gives a lot of people a lot of time too. So it's not just like, hey,
Last
what are you
minute type
doing? You
thing.
know, last minute kind of thing. So
Yeah.
But yeah, hey man, let's take a break really quick.
Okay.
I want another beer and just to take a break for a second.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Creamy.
So let's get back to this sex. That is.
You should have said, let's get back to it. Sex, that is.
Maybe.
So what is this that we're trying?
So the first one we had was
Shaka Zulu.
this year's Hibernal.
Oh.
Dichotomous. I'm pretty sure that headphone is like going to completely come the fuck out on that side that you're having
It
right
really
now.
seems like it is.
I would pull that one longer that you have your hand on, and then pull the other one back in a little bit.
I feel it gets worse when I pull it longer.
Yeah, but push that one back in a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
No, they're still both equally as. I feel like
Sorry.
these are gonna break soon.
I'm gonna get another pair. Maybe I'll go
Of
get one.
Beats?
Huh?
Of Beats?
Oh no, I'm just gonna get some like Samsung. These are
Oh.
generic brand. I don't need any nice studio headphones for this. Just chilling. I'd rather get some nice mics.
Plus, Beats aren't really meant for studio.
No, those are just ones I had laying around. That was it. Anyway, no, we were drinking the Dichotomous Hibernal.
Dichotomous Hibernal.
Which is a farmhouse, sour farmhouse ale, done with thyme and beets.
It's quite delicious.
That was the first one.
Okay.
The second one is called Ola Oi. I'm sure that's from this year. And this is a sour aged brown ale. So yeah, and they're both from Jester King.
Beautiful.
Here in
Shout out
Texas.
to Jester King.
Jester King's awesome, man. I met one of their brewers the other day. Her name is Avery. She's actually currently taking the Master Saison, not Saison, Master Cicerone. Saison is a type of beer. Master Cicerone exam over in Chicago, which there's only a few of those in the world, which is awesome. So that's really cool. So she's like master of beer, essentially.
She's a master at her craft.
And
That's
she's
what she
super nice too. Ooh, this is really good, and it does taste like the La Folie. Yeah, I like sour aged browns. I guess.
I like sours in general. They're pretty good. First they're sour, then they're sweet, then they're gone.
Sour. I mean, Tyrell and I were discussing this the other day. Sours are like the new IPA. Everybody had that craze for IPAs for a while, and now it's sours. That's what everybody's going for now. That's like the craved style. Used to be like dank West Coast IPAs, which it still is. I mean, there's still a crap ton of people just demanding that, but
People want what they can't have,
yeah.
regardless of what it is.
Well, the crazy thing about these is how long they take to make. Like it takes so long to do it comparatively to like an IPA you can bust out super fast. I mean, that's super fast. And it's one of the only styles that you can sit there and do with like any water type. And I'm sure there's people who would argue against me with that, but like typically you can do it. It's typically easier to cover up the water with the amount of hops that's going in there. 'Cause you're already going to boil the water. and that's
Right.
going to go through. But
And good
so-
things come to those who wait.
yes.
And that works for beer too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, so more discussions. You want to talk? You want to talk about your love interests? You're like, no.
I don't mind. I just don't want it to actually be negative.
Oh, okay. I was more going on the positive of you found a girl that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean by far, yeah.
Yeah.
But due
This guy's
to
been searching for a while. Been searching for a while.
and I had found one, but she's recently taken.
Ladies, he's still technically single over here. He's a big ass catch.
Hello.
He is. He
And if
is
you're Spanish, then hola.
a-
No, man. This one, it was just one of those. As soon as it was one of those first. Have you ever met like a person that right away you knew she was going to be important to you?
yeah, Hannah.
There you go. Good answer.
Yeah.
Um,
She's the only one that I remember how we met, out of any girl I've dated.
really,
Yeah, and there's been a lot of girls. I don't
I
remember
remember.
any of the other ones how I met them.
I remember the ones that like I actually dated because technically, I've only dated 3 people. Well, 4, but one wasn't much. It was just a fluke. But yeah. So those I remember because all those were ones that I actually like worked for,
Mm-hmm.
and this one's definitely like no different. And it's just one of those things where I mean, food has no taste, colors are dull. Things that matter don't. Shout out to Hitch. That's where that line came from.
That's a great movie. I love that movie.
It's an amazing movie. It's
love that
definitely a self-encouraging movie
Yeah.
just to get up and get out there. Which, I mean, honestly, like I've told everybody since the beginning, like this chick is way out of my level. And it was one of those where like my perfect scale, she already exceeded past. Like the only thing that would make her actually perfect is if there's something wrong with her, which we don't know yet. Either way, it's a win-win though. It's a win-win. But no, like I mean, it's one of those things where it's almost like too perfect to be
Yeah.
true. And usually if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So hopefully that doesn't work for this one.
Are you gonna give her the D?
No. Not until we're married. No. No, not
I had to make it awkward.
this.
I had to.
I mean, it's not really awkward. I mean, nowadays people are like, "Hey, my name's Jeff," and boom, they're banging. Sometimes
You
you're
met a
like,
guy named Jeff and you were banging?
"What is your name again?"
You met a guy named Jeff and you were banging?
No,
Just like that?
I was Jeff that night because I wasn't gonna give her my real name. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. People are like, "God, this guy's a man whore." I promise I'm not.
Whore.
I know. What are titles these days? God.
So this guy's a badass over here. I see him today. He shows up and he's wearing the Buckethead shirt. I'm like, oh yeah, representing, man.
Shout out to Thirsty Planet and all their good shiz.
Dude. Oh man, anniversary party's gonna be killer, man. I was
Can't
talking
wait to go.
to him about it. I'm stoked for it. But yeah, that's another note. Fucking anyway. So I want to do a Lacey segment on here, but I don't know how.
A Lacey segment.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna take visuals.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that, but I wish there was a way around it. I wish there's something that I could do. I mean, because my Instagram is just going to be flooded with dog pictures. You know that's
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do it under your, what is it, Chris, what?
Under Chris Marks?
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do it in that one.
What, all the dog pictures?
Yeah.
The dog pictures are me, man. This is me now.
Yeah, so those should go under your other Instagram name.
No.
And
People
don't
need to
post
know
the
about
same
Lacey.
don't post the same pictures on both accounts.
Why?
Because it's doubled.
Yeah. Oh, you mean on the Twitter and the Facebook?
No, on both Instagram accounts.
Why?
Because it's too much.
Why don't you want it? You don't want to see. You don't want
Because
to see
I only
Lacey?
want to give you one like for the photo. It's one photo.
Why
Who do I
you
give
got-
a like to? To you? Because I mean, we're buddies. Do I give it to your stage one to help like promote like more likes and stuff?
All right.
I mean, am I supposed to go against friend or? I mean, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do, man. It's so confusing. I just don't want to let anybody down.
Look, you're just gonna have to give a double like each time.
I can't do that. Because those pictures are worth one like.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm
They
gonna go
are.
tell Lacey after this. She can hear you out there.
Yeah, and I will take that bone away from her if she gives me some look.
Oh, don't you do that.
I will.
Don't you take Lacey's
I will
bone.
push you in front of her so she bites you, and I will take that bone.
No, it's not nice.
I'm gonna tear this family apart.
Everybody loves Lacey.
Lacey's a good dog.
Seriously, everybody
really
who comes
is.
in here, and if I talk about Lacey afterwards, it's like, that's the sweetest dog in the world.
And you know what? Like the pictures, and don't take this the wrong way, but like the pictures aren't even what make it cute. Because like in reality, the pictures aren't cute. It's the love that you have for her that you're posting, and like
I love that
and-
dog.
yeah, I know you do, and it's the love for your dog and how you put like captions or something like that is what makes the whole thing cute.
I have to do it. She's going in the canoe. I can't wait for her to come in the canoe. Oh,
See,
man.
that'll be a good picture. Everyone
That
loves dogs and
will
canoe
be
pictures.
awesome. See,
Just put a
I
life
kinda-
jacket on her.
Yeah, I saw him the other day. The dog life jackets was like, oh man, getting Lacey a life jacket.
Are you
It's
gonna
gonna be a
get-
pain in the ass to get her in the canoe for the first time, but after that, I guarantee you, she's just gonna jump in. She's gonna be all about
You
it.
think she's gonna be like skeptical about it?
I think the first time, but I don't think afterwards. No,
You
I
can
think
just lift her up with the life
I
jacket.
think she'll be skeptical to get in the first time. As soon as she's in there, I think she'll be fine.
Does she like water?
Yeah,
Oh, she does.
yeah. I have a
Okay.
problem with this actually, and I've worried about it. It's only happened once, and I've worried about it since. But when I first took her to Houston, during the first like month of having her, at fucking midnight, she jumped into the little pond that's in the front of my house, and that pond's like 3 feet deep,
Right.
and like we like never clean it. It's just full of like leaves and shit, and it doesn't look bad. Like you can't tell unless you're like standing right over it. You're like, oh, there's a lot of leaves in there, and that's all it looks like. There's like 3 feet of what the fuck ever is at the bottom of that, and so she jumps in there at midnight. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. I'm just like, so I had to help her get out because it's hard as hell to get out of that. I mean, it's just like essentially like a hole, going down into there. And the other thing is it's midnight, so I have to fucking bathe her because I don't know what's living in there.
Right.
Bacteria, anything. I was like, okay, well, I know you like water now. Fucking jumped right in that shit. She's just like, she looked at it and she just went, all of a sudden I would turn around and I hear splash. She just fucking jumped right in that shit.
That's awesome.
And immediate was like, no, get out of this.
One of my old friends, they had this dog. His name was Murphy. He was so cute, but he didn't really like the water too much. Like he had the life jacket and everything, but as soon as you started like lowering him down, he would already like he would just start to paddle like hard, and then like he wouldn't even be touching the water yet, and he would just
those
he
are
would
the
just automatically
greatest
start.
like videos of dogs like air paddling. They're just,
Yes.
like fucking ready to go.
And it's like as soon as they drop them in, they're swimming towards land. It's not even like, oh, let me have fun out here. It's like, no, I see land. Let me go. But it's crazy how like they automatically have the thinking process of how to swim.
Yeah,
Same with supposedly like babies too.
yeah. I would
which-
think that humans would.
I mean, I don't.
I mean,
see-
I think
I don't
you
know
would
who
not-
tested
I
that
think you
theory
would.
out. I mean, they should be.
throwing
Yeah, they're
babies.
like, I think babies can swim. Yep, he's coming back. Like, seriously, that person needs to be in jail. But thank you for the facts. So now we know.
Motherfuckers are just throwing babies up in here into pools. It's just someone trying to like fucking drown children. They're just like, damn it, it keeps
Like,
it
stop
keeps
swimming
running
back to me.
Oh god, that's terrible.
That's
No, I
pretty
mean I feel
terrible.
like that people would like naturally know how to at least like doggy paddle. Essentially, I mean you would know.
Yeah.
I think your natural instinct would be to know how to like float.
Yeah,
you know,
and I mean
in
for
some
some,
way.
you just float naturally.
Yeah.
Like I tried to do that whole like let out all your air and
I
just
feel like
kind of.
I feel like I don't float very well.
You may not.
Do you float well?
Yeah. Like I said,
That
I've
reaction was
tried.
great. Huh.
I've tried
Yeah.
just like letting out all my air and swimming to the bottom, just like chilling. Nope, I float. Yeah. I guess it's only for skinny people that can do that. The only way I'm staying under is if I have something to grab.
Oh my god, I forgot I have a pool back in Houston. Holy shit, I'm going swimming. That's happening.
There you go.
Yep. Oh, Hannah's got a hot tub.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's happened multiple times. Her parents over here, they're gonna be like, "Oh, those bastards."
I'm like, we knew it. We didn't want to know, but now we do.
No, that's happened multiple times. Hot tub sex is great.
I've only had sex once in a pool, and I didn't like it.
No.
Nah. I was on the stairs, and like I was sitting on the stairs, and every time she'd ride up, it was just water in my nose. It sucked, just because of the force.
How much deep water are you in? How the fuck are you getting like water splashed on you like that?
I was sitting on the stairs.
This bitch is going hard.
I mean, she wasn't going slow.
I mean, we do that. We've done it. We did this multiple times, and I never had problems with the water.
I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah.
And then like, it tends to dry shit up sometimes. And I know that sounds
Yeah.
weird coming from like you're in a pool, but
Yeah. No, I
does.
mean, well, there's a difference between water and like lubrication. Like spit definitely works better than water.
yeah,
Now,
it do.
you ever had a swim up blowjob? Because that
A
is-
swim up
Oh, you're on
blowjob.
the side. You're on the side of the pool. They swim up in a bikini, and it's done.
Now, are you in the pool?
No, I'm sitting on the side of the pool. You don't have to go underwater.
I
at
have
all.
not, but I have had a blowjob.
In a pool.
Not in a pool.
It doesn't work very well. I mean, I've had.
I mean, what's
I've
the
gotten.
difference?
I've gotten head in a pool. They gotta go underwater for that. This one they don't have to go underwater.
That'd be crazy to see them actually give me a blowjay underneath the water.
It doesn't really work very well.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, it just doesn't. It's not.
I
It's
mean,
like
unless
kinda the
they
same
have like
thing.
an air tank of like.
Yeah, it's only like for a few seconds, and it just doesn't. I mean, it's just like the same thing as before. You know, the lubrication doesn't work as well. It's just water. You know. Yeah.
Guess that's true.
Yeah.
But no, I've never had one of those.
That one's good.
A swim up blowjob.
You had sex in a car?
Well, yeah, I think everybody has.
That was great. No, like in the front seat with them riding you? That's hot as fuck.
Yes.
That one's great with just like a skirt on.
Yes, in the passenger side.
God damn, I hope Hannah's parents never hear this.
Wow. we should definitely put parental advisory and no parents.
I doubt that they would ever have the attention span to listen to this. It's just not gonna
Plus, this is
happen.
like in the final
Yeah.
run of it, so I doubt they'd make it this far.
Yeah.
They'd probably stop that shit,
Yeah.
taking shits and stuff.
Yeah, actually, the shit thing would probably completely deter 'em.
That's
a
probably
good
gonna be
one.
the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one with
Definitely.
that. That's funny. Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so you know what? This is just like the theme of the episode is just bodily functions, fluids.
There you
and,
go. The
and
human
sexual-
body.
The human body. What's the craziest place you've had sex in?
Ooh, we actually had this conversation with like some of my coworkers too.
Oh, okay.
Mine would be in that pool while there was kids on the other end.
Nice.
It was a public pool, and that's why I had to be so low.
public pool.
Yeah,
That is badass.
it is. We had the mom. I think she was like reading a magazine. But
Yeah.
she was like laying down on the little bench chair. We had the kids playing at that end, and we were kind of right there where people step down to go deeper and deeper in the pool.
But she was just essentially covering it up because, I mean, she's sitting on you kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, she just did the little to the side.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Now, see, I'm a little bit of a freak. Public things turn me on, man. That's pretty sweet. Not but like public things if they don't know it. Like I'm not sitting here. I'm just like, hey, all you, I'm fucking right here.
Yeah.
No, like that's not.
Look at me.
That's not me. I'm not like a guy who's gonna get in the middle of a fucking bus and be like, yeah, let's do this right here in front of everybody. No, not like that. But it's like they don't know what's going on. They don't know. No, every time we did it in the hot tub, like her hot tub's like right, like if we're looking at the distance from like her house and like where her parents were sitting, like her parents are that door, and we're in the hot tub. I was just like, yeah, getting it done.
That's whenever you start to like test the fires and like throw sticks at the door, see if they look.
Hey,
psst, psst. Hey,
it's that fucking it's like from the fucking League where Ralphie does cocaine and it's just like right. You fucking don't watch the League, damn it.
I have, but I don't remember like all these.
Okay, the episode where they buy the Klumberg that looks like a fucking penis bird flying out of an ass.
I vaguely remember that.
And Taco has a cocaine toilet seat that he fucking found.
I don't remember that.
Oh, and then Rafi just goes fucking nuts because he sat on the fucking toilet seat of cocaine and realizes it's cocaine.
It's a good show, though.
Yeah.
It's a really good show. I like it.
That show's great.
One that I heard that was pretty amazing is, and this is coming from someone that I would have never thought. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if she'd listen to this. It's someone that I work with. You know her.
But they don't, so whatever.
So should I say the name?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, but you could just say it's someone that we work with.
Okay.
I mean, I want to know. I want to know the name after this.
I'll tell you the name after, just in case, because who knows? And then plus, if she listens to this, she's gonna know who. I mean, she'll be like, "Wait, I did that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, is he talking about me?"
Is he talking about me?
I think this is pretty sexy.
What?
Okay, so she did it in the back of a U-Haul truck on the way to their new house.
On what?
On, I guess, their bed. Whatever was in
That's
the back
badass.
of the U-Haul. Yeah.
I mean, that's super badass.
Like, that's transportation.
In Texas?
Yeah.
That's super hot.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Oh, like legitimately hot?
Legitimately hot.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know
damn.
what. I don't know what season they were in.
Yeah, no. That is hot, but like temperature-wise, holy fuck, that's like it's asphyxiating.
Yeah.
That's like fucking ridiculous.
I mean, who knows?
I mean, that's badass.
It may have been winter during like one of our coldest times, but yeah, I thought that was pretty sexy.
Did it in the front yard of her parents' house while they were sleeping.
Really?
In a suburb, like a cul-de-sac.
See, the fact of doing it in public is hot, but I think too much of the consequences, which is not hot.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I mean, imagine
but it is
if
still really badass though.
Yeah, it is.
No. Even if you got arrested for it.
No, it's not because like if I was to get caught whenever I was doing it,
yeah.
Pedophile would be on my record.
Okay, we're not talking about when you were doing with that one.
Okay, well, I'm talking about in general because nowadays the laws are so freaking sensitive.
You're right.
Anybody can
then you'd be like
claim
a sex
that on
offender,
you. Yeah,
that'd be ridiculous.
And then you have to.
Right.
That's on your record
because
forever.
all I was thinking in my head was like, oh, what'd you get arrested for?
Banging my shit
on the front porch.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my only thing. So like I'm thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna be so hot. But then I'm like, shit.
You ever done it in a public bathroom? Not like not like we're not talking like gas station. We're talking like restaurant.
Restaurant
or anything like that. Bar, restaurant. Something that's not disgusting.
No, though I have gotten a hand job in a theater, but I think that's normal.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I don't know. That's always been one that I was just like, man. Like get so
I don't know if I'd want to do that though.
But it's the whole act for me is more like you're just like so passionately like wanting each other and you've like been drinking and maybe had some
And
good
you're
shit
just
to
like,
eat,
I
and you're
have
just
to
like, we
bang
got to
you
do it
now.
right now. That's the whole thought for me with it. It's not just like,
This
hey
is
man,
turning more to like a oh instead of like a yeah fucking
it's
public.
still kind of like, yeah, fucking public. to
Yeah,
me.
but I mean, you throwing that twist on there.
no, but I mean,
they're probably like, oh, that's so sweet.
okay, I associate love and sex completely in the first place. I can't have sex with someone unless I'm like interested in them. That's just me. I just could
Interested
never.
or in love? Because you originally started out to where that sentence should have ended with in love.
But okay, well, first off, it's Hannah. Every story I've had is
No
Hannah.
names.
I already
know,
said
I'm
it.
kidding, I'm
It's like,
kidding,
if every story I've had is Hannah,
Right.
so there's that. But the other thing is that I think interest turns into love. And so in a lot of
It
ways.
can.
I'm not talking about interested as in I find you hot at the club, I want to do you. I'm talking about
Man. There's a lot.
I mean, there's
like, I have friends that are like that.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
I
I
tried
can't
to be
either.
that guy. I couldn't do it.
Right.
And that was before I met Hannah. But I tried. I could never do it, and I don't know what it is. I just couldn't. The moral or ethical things behind. I'm not even going towards that. I'm just saying in general, it just wasn't in me. I was just like,
Right.
this is just not. I don't have an interest in doing it.
Because you're in her.
Yeah.
See what I did
No,
there?
no, and so even though like I mean there is I both of us hate the term making love. I fucking hate that term.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking weird.
It
It's
sounds
like, it's
retarded.
Like, let's just like let's make love tonight. No, fuck that. And we ain't like that. We're very sexual people. And it's just like there's down and dirty and there's passionate. That's definitely the two differences that are happening here. But I
Right.
think both of them associate the fact that like not only does it feel good, but it's just like I do have some kind of connection with you that makes it even better. I mean, so I don't know. To me, like I get a lot more out of that. I mean, yes, I do find her hot as hell, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like Anyway, though, to take it back to that, it's like, yeah, it is like maybe to, I don't know, maybe to women it's a moments. I don't know. To me, it's more just like that is hot sexual passion right there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, a lot of all that stuff is amazing. But again, like, I rather do it publicly safe.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I'd agree.
Let's do it in the backyard.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If someone walks by, it's like, it's our property.
You know what's the best?
Outside sex.
Roadhead.
I like head just in general. Rather
Yeah.
if I'm driving, if I'm playing a game, because I have gone in one time I was bragging about.
Oh man, are you gonna look at Hannah differently after this? I didn't even think of
No,
that.
I'm not even like thinking of
Okay,
Hannah at
cool.
the moment. Yeah, no, you're good. One time I was just like I was playing Call of Duty and I was just on the sniping record. And I was just like, dude, I'm just too good at this. And she was just like, I bet I can make you fail. I was like, okay. So then she started giving me head, and I was like, oh, okay. Dude, I was 21-1. And I came. What? Yeah, so I was like, no. Like, once my concentration game's on, I'm a multitasker.
Nice.
I can be like, oh, headshot. Oh, headshot. Like, it doesn't matter what's going on.
Boom.
Yeah. And
Headshot.
then boom. Blew your brains out.
Headshot.
Swallow that baby batter.
Oh.
We're actually okay. It was funny.
Shit.
Funny stories. We're actually talking about this kind of stuff. Well, not heading games or whatever, but we're just talking about like different ways of saying coming at work last night during well, I guess I won't say the company. It's the company's name after dark. I almost did, but we like to call it the company's name after dark. And that's usually everyone's gone. It's just the closing crew, and we're talking about a bunch of shit. And one of the terms that one of the people didn't know was a baby batter, which just sounds disgusting, but it's funny to say. Just to like, hey, have you ever swallowed his baby batter? It's just gross. That, swallow his daycare, which is used in rap a bunch. And then there was, my favorite is going there and shooting up the club, which just means you going inside of a woman. So once you come inside of her, it's going in there and shooting up the club, shooting the club up. Because that's technically what you're doing. And it just makes me want to thank black people for making up all these things because they're so great. They are so great. Oh, I would have never thought to call.
You were really in the trap there.
Yeah, definitely. I would have never thought to call that shooting up the club. I like saying that now.
It's the most ridiculous fucking terminology. Like
but it works. It works.
Stupid, ridiculous.
That's the worst thing about it is the fact that it works. And hey, as long as it rhymes, it's good.
Where's Tyrell to come and chime in on this right now?
He'd be like, I don't say that stuff.
I don't say that stuff.
Tyrell.
Dude,
should have had him on here too.
Yeah, we should have.
Fun.
In retrospect, I need another fucking mic. I need to get a 3-mic system. I need to get just a bunch of Shure SBs, 7Bs, yeah, Shure S7B. That's what it's called. Yeah, which is like the broadcast dynamic mic. They're sexy as fuck.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
This was a question that was brought up last night too.
Yeah.
What is your definition of love?
Oh, what the fuck? Way to curveball that one.
You like that? Out of nowhere.
I'm going to preface this by saying I'm terrible with words. I know I do this show and I do stuff like this, but I've always been someone who typically uses words wrong all the time. And I am just, I don't do well with stuff like this. So, I mean, I don't know.
How would you define it?
I guess my best way of putting it is in a scenario. I describe love as, if you're talking about another person,
right?
The idea of not being able to live without them. The idea of you not being able to function with them not in the same place. That I believe that I would consider that as love, but I also would consider that love is a feeling that cannot be described, and that's a cop-out. I know. Right. I know that's a fucking cop-out, but I'm just saying I don't think it can be described because it's a feeling that once you felt it, you don't ever want it to go. It's a feeling that completely encompasses everything about you. It's a feeling that, like, for example, it's not associated with violence, but it's just another scenario. Again, I'm not good at this shit. So I would say that I would have your back no matter what any day. Right. But if someone insulted Hannah or anything like that, I'm a very passive-aggressive person. I'm not an outright aggressive person, and I'm very non-confrontational. I can be confrontational if I need to be, but it's not my normal style. I don't like the idea of people being mad at me or not liking me. That doesn't fly with me. I don't really care if you don't like me about that, but like the idea of me making it so you didn't like me.
I'm the same way. Yeah. It's crazy.
But any day, if anybody was going to do some legitimate harm to Hannah, I don't mean physically. Yeah. I mean, that's a given. Physically is a given. Yeah. I mean, that one's that. But I mean, emotionally, anything that was detrimental, you better fucking bet that you're going down. And it's not like you're going down physically or anything like that. I will make it my life goal to fucking tear you apart until you feel as low as you made her feel. Right. And I think that's another example of love. I'm so fucking terrible at this. I wish I could be sitting here reciting shit from like Hitch or something. It'd be like this most beautiful romantic comedy thing. I'm a huge romantic comedy person. I don't give a fuck who knows it. The Valve all day. I love that shit, man. But
well, let me ask you this, because you had said that it's where you can't really like live without that person. Yeah. Okay. How do you define that when it comes to people who, let's say, fall in love twice? Yeah. Because, I mean, in reality, your definition would be they can't live without that first person.
Well, okay, so I think it's just like anything in life. Let me first off go by saying this, and I'm sorry to be the heartbreaker here, but I don't think there's such thing as one person in the world for someone. I don't.
I agree.
I unfortunately, statistically, that we're looking at, I would love to believe the fairy tales are true, and everything like that. But I don't believe that. I believe that there's a certain level of compatibility that goes unmatched among anybody else in the world.
Right.
I could any day. I don't get tired of Hannah. I don't. That doesn't happen. There might be times where I need to be by myself or anything. But first off, I'm a very codependent person, so I need her.
Yeah.
I need her to be there, and she needs me, and that's how it is with that. I am a very extroverted person, so I do need to be around people, and I do tend to like have my own life and like to individually, associate with other people and everything. But she, in general, it will be the be all and end all like best friend with it. Whereas you're my best friend right here in front of me right now, and it's a different relationship.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to have sex with you. I kind of do on other times. I mean, you should know that. I mean, there is a level of attraction where I'm just like that guy right there.
After the shit conversation?
Yeah, even after the shit conversation. I still want to put
love.
it right in there.
Matter of fact, that's the definition.
That's the definition of love right there. I mean, so,
Right.
But I think the way that people grow is, unfortunately, when you look at this, is that it's the same thing as with having a best friend. People grow and go with the way that life takes them, or at least the people who do well in life tend to. If you're going to sit there and fight, life typically doesn't work out very well for you. So, I mean, we're not talking about struggle of survival here. We're talking about fighting what, denying, mostly just denying things. But I think that because of that, people can tend to grow apart because of the way that life takes them. So I do believe you can also fall out of love, and that's unfortunate. Yeah. And you really hope that when that happens, that that both people are feeling that way, because that really sucks when it's not. Yeah. With it. But you hope to find that person that's going to grow with you, and I think that's actually a big part of being truly in love with someone. Is it's not just the feeling of being in love. You have to work at it. I mean, you really do. Like, dude, I wouldn't be in this relationship right now if Hannah hadn't like completely, given herself all. Because, dude, we broke up 3 times and it was all me every time, and she still went and got back with me, and I fucking love that she did. I'm so glad that she did, because I don't want to be with anybody else. Right. She drives me fucking insane. I'll say it any day. That girl drives me up the goddamn wall. But
that's love, folks.
But I fucking love her. And I mean, I don't, and we grow with each other constantly. We don't grow for ourselves. And I think that's another big factor into it too, is that typically when you see stuff like that of people who are really in love, is one person put themselves above the other.
Right.
And I mean, there are points in which that needs to happen, right? It depends a lot on like who the two people are who are dating. It depends on what their goals are for their own lives and making sure they match up. But it's also, you got to have that level of selfishness, and you got to have that level of togetherness, where it's just like, I know right now, if for some reason that let's just use Thirsty Planet as an example. Let's say Thirsty Planet is $1 billion industry fucking brewery now. They need me to move over to Austria and do it in order to stay with them. And it's like the best pay grade in the world all over here. She'd follow me.
Right.
She would. And I would do the exact same vice versa. Say her novel does great, which I think it will be fucking amazing whenever she writes it. I bitch at her all the time, like, fucking finish your goddamn book, because every extra that she's giving me, I want more. I want more every time. Say she's to go and travel the world, would you quit your job and come with me? I'd be, fuck yeah. Damn straight. Nice. I would. I'd do it any day. I'd be stoked for it too. I'd be like, goddamn straight. We're going to France, then we're going to Italy, going to fucking England, we're going to Philadelphia for some fucking reason, but then we're going to Canada, Mexico. You boys like Mexico? Fucking dude. No, so I don't know. That's I guess my spiel of it. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if that was good or not. I don't even remember half the shit I just said. It's really hot in here. I don't know if that was me being put on the spot or what.
I'm sorry I had to do it to you. It was just one of the questions that we had last night during the close. So
now what I want you to do, though, is when Hannah gets home later and once she's done with her venting, because she's going to come in here, she's going to bitch about what's going on with it. is ask her that question because I want to hear her response because that woman can fucking speak. It is ridiculous to hear the words that are coming out of her fucking mouth. Did you ever read the paragraph that she wrote for my show?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dude, you got to read that after this really quick. There's a really short paragraph of the description and everything. God damn. Like, she's just like, and she's like modest, right? She's like, I don't know if you'll like this or not. And she fucking writes. I'm like, what the fuck? How do you do that? I don't know how to do. And I guess that's why I'm a musician with it too, is because I'm not good with words. I can put my feelings into my music. I wish I was a better musician so I could really convey it. You know what I mean? But my emotions come out through what I write that way because I can't speak them. She can speak them.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty good.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't too
Yeah.
bad. I
Yeah.
think Hannah would appreciate it too.
Well, good.
So,
I hope she would
That's
too.
good.
I also think I'm gonna have to do this back in here. I also think there's another type of love though that is just like unconditional, fucking just absolute felt fucking love.
That's the one
That's
I think
Lacey.
a lot of. Oh my god! Oh my god! I was gonna say that's the one that I think a lot of people confuse of what real love is.
I think people chase after that, and that doesn't exist as far as there's no. We have unconditional love to an extent. Hannah and I do, of where it would take a hell of a lot at this point to really fuck up a relationship, and again, that would be through selfish intention. Whether I would never do it, but that would be on like cheating or fucking like me completely putting everybody but her first, as well as a job and everything. And that's where you break that unconditional love. And that kind of unconditional love that would include those things doesn't exist between humans. It exists between between humans and animals. I mean, that comes down to like that's the great thing about dogs, right? And it's fucked up at the same time. That's the great thing about dogs. So you could fuck up that dog as much as you want, and god damn it, if that dog wouldn't come back to you every time, and that's fucked.
Yeah.
But it's that level. You can't. It's just the way that it works with the relationship between it. You can't do that with humans. And there's even with your family, there's a certain level that you can be pushed to until it breaks. And it's a lot harder with family because, you've grown up for 20-something years between us, with them. That's very hard to do, but, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just soaking it all in.
Okay. Yeah.
Is what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think that's what people chase after is this perfect fairy tale. And I did for a long time. And I think part of me still wants that to be true in a sense, not between me and Hannah, but just in general in the world. That like you want that fucking romantic love that you've seen.
My whole thing is that those types of relationships aren't easy. Like a lot of people like to think that they can find it quick, or they've even only been looking for like maybe 2 years, and they're like, oh, there's no one out there for me, blah blah blah. And one thing that I always say is, if it was that easy, we'd all be happily ever.
Yeah.
Like it's not what it does. And one of the best quotes that I've ever heard that I think is a pretty good definition of love is that it's the heart's recognition of its counterpoint, which is awesome.
That's fucking beautiful.
Because, and where it's from is like so ridiculous, but that kind of line just sticks because it's like, that is kind of true. Because
what is that from? Oh no,
Wedding Crashers.
Really?
Yeah. Because
it's a romantic comedy, so why not?
Because he was just like, the definition of true love is the heart's recognition of its counterpoint.
Did you say it in a really douchey point too? Where
no. He was like, because it was to the chick that he was all about.
Oh, okay.
And she was gonna do a speech.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
And he's like, you're supposed to say something like special, like with meaning and stuff, such as, and then he says it. It's just like, that's a little cheesy, but.
Well, I think that is true, though. I think that you're finding someone that completes you. That's the whole reason for the saying opposites attract, right? You know what I mean? Is that Hannah, and Hannah are very opposite on some levels and very similar on some levels. I say it all the time that we're like very opposite people, and she kind of looks at me like she's like offended. I'm like, it's not a bad thing that we're so different. I mean, it's just that's the way we are. We keep each other in check, and we keep we complete the other one of it. I mean, that's just the way it is.
What you lack, she specializes.
You don't want to unless you're a complete narcissist. You don't fucking want to date someone that's yourself because you're just gonna get. I mean, it's just gonna drive you insane.
Right.
That's gonna end up driving you insane. And if you have any kind of self-doubt or anything with that, that's gonna piss you off so fast by dating someone that's yourself. You don't want it. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love that quote. That's awesome, man.
It's an awesome quote, and it's funny how you can find these quotes in those types of movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, you
see them a lot in those
way.
ones. It's as soon as they do that turnaround, right? That's the classic like romantic comedy. That's a classic movie thing in general, though.
Yeah.
So you build it up, you build it up, you build it up. There's going to be a climax of where shit just gets dropped back down and it comes back.
But they just say those lines that like you're laughing at the time or not really thinking about it, but then once you really do, you're like, wow, that's like a really good point.
Yeah.
So ever since then, like, that's how I would define it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it is true whenever you do get that feeling, and it's just kind of like you don't, like you feel complete once they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, dude, on this podcast, we got into shitting, sex, and more sex.
Right.
And then love.
Yes. I think we covered
all bases. And I gotta tell you, I think that's what the description of this is. I can go anywhere from having a really short one to having a really long one. And usually the really long one is if I was like super drunk, I'm like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on there.
Maybe you should have edit while you're drunk.
I don't edit anything.
Well, I mean, like as far as like putting it out, titling, making sure all that's out there. Yeah.
I haven't done it while I was drunk. It's the next day.
Oh, okay.
No, but I think literally the description of this one is going to be like basically how awesome of a guy you are. And it's going to be shit, sex, and more sex.
YouTube,
and love. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think we've covered every base.
I think it was great.
I mean, a good chunk of bases.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many more.
Yeah.
But
it's good to have you on here.
Dude, we did
the first trial show of where we're gonna do a podcast together. We'll talk about that more later.
Right.
But we were originally intended on doing the podcast together with this. And then I got so much out of the first episode that we did, which was essentially just me talking at Jordan. because that's really what happened is we had talked about
you were super wasted.
Yes, that was really bad too. Like fuck,
that was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, there
bad.
was yelling of cursing.
Yeah, like
there was talking about.
But the funny thing is, that's not even my normal wasted. Like I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. Like I was just yelling.
It was just that day.
Yeah, it was just that day. It was just that day. But no, we had originally tried to do one ourselves, which was the first show before we did the Jason Jones episode, which is Jason Kinderman now, before we were using real names and everything with it.
Talking about people using their real names.
Yeah.
There's even a time where you stopped and you're like, okay, I'm going to have to take that away.
I'm going to have to take, yeah, dude. And it was just fucked. But
so
I've been
good.
meaning to get him back on in this one for a while now. We'll have another show that we're doing. We probably won't even tell you that it's us, but we're just gonna do something else. But that's just because it's you'll see when it happens if you can guess which one it is.
What?
But that'll be a completely different show, but it'll be fun. But hey, this is my best friend Jordan Rendon over here. Rendon.
Are we using my real name? I thought we were using my copter name.
Oh, I used Jordan like several times going through this already.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But okay, that's fine.
Hey, do you want me to say copter now?
Well, no. I mean, now it's already done.
It was already labeled as that too up there.
Oh, well then screw it. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. You're my best friend too.
Yes. So yeah. So this is a good show though.
Thank you for having me, man.
No, of course.
It's great. Hopefully I can bring more nasty topics to your podcast.
Yeah. I hope you're at Bucket of Beers next Friday. That'll be good.
Probably not next Friday. Well, yeah, probably not next Friday.
You're not gonna be able to do it next Friday?
Oh, then yes, I probably will be there.
Just probably not.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just on as far as like the audience
Oh.
of who will get this, just because I'm so close to being free.
Oh, okay. No. We'll reschedule then. So it's
Okay.
fine. Yeah. Okay.
All in all, thank you for joining.
Inside fucking jokes. Funny.
Indeed.
Anyway, all right. It's been a good show. See you next week. Soon we'll have music and things. I should plug this if you're still listening because I keep forgetting to every time. Hey, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at UT Chris Marks. Both of them are UT Chris Marks. You can also follow the show on Twitter. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that going. I might just change it over to UT Chris Marks the entire time because they're just duplicates of each other. So I don't know why I'm doing this. So anyway, but that one's Useless Threats on Twitter. Facebook is the exact same thing. Go to the Useless Threats website. Leave a comment. No one leaves comments, but there's people listening apparently, and you should fucking tell me that you like it or that you hate me. I don't care. Leave something. Say something. uselessthreats.com. Do it. Liberated syndication rules. I'm out. Peace.
Peace.